The story of Carlos Alcaraz is one of the most fascinating and inspiring journeys in modern tennis. In a sport that spent nearly 2 decades dominated by legendary champions, the arrival of a young, fearless competitor from Spain quickly captured the imagination of fans around the world. Alcaraz did not simply enter professional tennis. He burst into it with explosive energy, breathtaking athleticism, and a style of play that reminded many people why they fell in love with the sport in the first place. Born on May 5, 2003, in the small Spanish town of El Palmar, Carlos Alcaraz Garcia grew up in an environment where tennis was already deeply rooted in daily life. The region of Murcia is known for producing talented athletes, and the warm climate makes outdoor sports possible year-round. For a young boy with energy and curiosity, it was the perfect place to begin exploring the game. His father, Carlos Alcaraz Gonzalez, played an important role in shaping his early relationship with tennis. As someone who worked at a local tennis club, he had access to courts and training environments that many children only dream of. From a very young age, Carlos accompanied his father to the club, watching older players compete and eventually picking up a racket himself. At first, tennis was simply fun. Like many children, he enjoyed running around the court, trying to hit the ball as hard as possible and celebrating every successful shot. But coaches quickly noticed that there was something different about the way he played. Even as a young child, Alcaraz possessed exceptional coordination and balance. His movements were quick and smooth, allowing him to reach balls that seemed out of reach for most players his age. His energy never seemed to fade, and he approached every point with determination. But perhaps the most important quality he displayed was his fearless mentality. Many young athletes hesitate when facing stronger opponents, but Alcaraz embraced the challenge. He seemed to enjoy competing, treating every match as an opportunity to improve. As he began competing in youth tournaments across Spain, his reputation continued growing. Spanish junior tennis is extremely competitive, and success in these tournaments requires both technical skill and mental toughness. Alcaraz demonstrated both. He developed a playing style built around aggressive baseline rallies and incredible speed. His forehand became one of his most dangerous weapons, capable of producing powerful shots that pushed opponents far behind the baseline. But his game was not limited to power. He also began experimenting with drop shots, angles, and net approaches. These creative elements made his matches exciting to watch and often left opponents struggling to predict his next move. As he progressed through junior competitions, his performances began attracting attention from coaches and scouts throughout Spain. Eventually, he joined the academy of former world number 1 Juan Carlos Ferrero, a move that would transform his career. Ferrero, who had won the French Open during his professional career, recognized Alcaraz's potential immediately. But he also understood that talent alone is not enough to succeed at the highest level. Under Ferrero's guidance, Alcaraz began a rigorous training program designed to refine every aspect of his game. Training sessions focused on improving technical consistency, physical strength, and tactical awareness. Ferrero encouraged him to maintain his natural aggression while also developing patience and strategic thinking during long rallies. This balance between creativity and discipline became one of the defining features of Alcaraz's playing style. At the same time, his physical conditioning improved dramatically. Professional tennis requires extraordinary endurance. Matches can last several hours, demanding explosive movement and constant concentration. Through intense training routines, Alcaraz developed the stamina and strength needed to compete against experienced professionals. His entry into tournaments organized by the ATP Tour marked the beginning of a new chapter in his journey. The transition from junior competitions to professional tournaments is often difficult for young players. Opponents are stronger, more experienced, and tactically sophisticated. But Alcaraz adapted quickly. In 2021, he achieved one of the first major milestones of his career by winning the Croatia Open in Umag. The victory made him one of the youngest players to win an ATP title in recent history. For many observers, it was the first clear sign that Alcaraz was ready to compete with the best players in the world. His ranking began rising rapidly. Fans started paying attention to the young Spanish player whose matches were filled with breathtaking rallies and fearless shot-making. But the most dramatic moment of his early career arrived during the 2022 season. Throughout the year, Alcaraz delivered extraordinary performances against some of the biggest names in tennis. His aggressive style allowed him to challenge experienced champions, and his energy often overwhelmed opponents during long matches. The defining moment came during the US Open in New York City. Grand Slam tournaments represent the pinnacle of tennis competition. Winning one requires not only exceptional skill, but also incredible physical endurance and mental resilience. During the tournament, Alcaraz played several dramatic matches that pushed him to his limits. He battled through exhausting 5-set encounters that lasted late into the night, refusing to give up even when fatigue threatened to slow him down. Each victory increased the excitement surrounding his run. By the time he reached the final, fans around the world were watching closely. When the championship match concluded, Alcaraz had achieved something historic. He won the US Open, capturing his first Grand Slam title and becoming the youngest world number one in the history of the ATP Tour rankings. The victory marked a turning point in modern tennis. For years, the sport had been dominated by legendary figures such as Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. Now, a new generation was beginning to emerge, and Alcaraz stood at the center of it. But perhaps one of the most memorable moments of his career came at the historic Wimbledon Championships. Held at the iconic All England Club in London, Wimbledon represents the tradition and prestige of tennis like no other tournament. During the final, Alcaraz faced the legendary Novak Djokovic, who had dominated the tournament for years. The match quickly became one of the most exciting contests in recent tennis history. Both players produced incredible shots, long rallies, and moments of intense drama. Despite facing a champion with far more experience, Alcaraz remained fearless. His speed allowed him to retrieve difficult shots, while his powerful ground strokes forced Djokovic into defensive positions. After an unforgettable battle, Alcaraz emerged victorious, winning the Wimbledon title and confirming his place among the sport's elite players. Beyond the trophies and records, what makes Alcaraz special is the joy he brings to the court. Many fans admire his enthusiasm and passion. He celebrates great points with excitement and often smiles during matches, showing how much he enjoys competing. This energy has helped him become one of the most popular players in tennis. Off the court, he is known for his humility and dedication to improvement. Despite becoming one of the biggest stars in the sport, he continues focusing on training and maintaining a strong relationship with coach Juan Carlos Ferrero. Ferrero's experience as a former champion provides valuable guidance as Alcaraz navigates the pressures of professional tennis. From a young boy practicing at local courts in Palmar to a Grand Slam champion competing on the world's biggest stages, the journey of Carlos Alcaraz reflects the power of talent, discipline, and relentless determination. And with every match he plays, he continues reminding the tennis world that a new era has truly begun.